Okay, welcome back to another episode of DDU Reviews. Today I am happy to tell everyone that I got a chance to review the just released iPhone 17 series, and I got it on the day of its release. And thanks to Optus for allowing me to upgrade from my iPhone 16 Pro Max to the iPhone 17 Pro, which I will be discussing today. So let's dig into it. Start things off, both of these phones, this iPhone 16 Pro Max was released September of last year, 2024, and this was just released this year, September as well, 2025. And what are the difference between these two, and is it really worth the upgrade? I was actually attracted to the color of this iPhone 17 Pro. This is the first time they get a cosmic orange color for their phone models. There's a bit of a difference between the size of these two. So the iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 6.4 inches wider screen, while this iPhone 17 Pro had only 5.9 inches in width. So this is the big difference at the first glance. The 17 Pro, like what most iPhone series have, the Pro series are smaller than the Max counterparts. This is also a bit heavier than the 17 Pro. This weighs 227 grams, while the iPhone 17 Pro just weighs 206 grams. Both of them has eSIM and a nano SIM, and Optus made it easier for me to transfer my eSIM to the new iPhone 17 Pro using their Optus app. Also, both of them are IP68 rated, so they are dust and water resistant, and they are immersible for 6 meters for 30 minutes. Both of them have Apple Pay, and you can add your Visa, MasterCard. I can also, if you're using Afterpay Plus, I also have my Afterpay Plus here. Tickets from ticket outlets, I have everything in here using the Apple Pay. Most of their displays functions on a 120Hz Dolby Vision. There's two different things that iPhone 17 Pro has upgraded compared to their iPhone 16 Pro Max counterpart, which is the ceramic shield glass that what the iPhone 16 Pro had before. They upgraded to Ceramic Shield 2 with MOHS level 5 compared to that level 4 that iPhone 16 Pro had before. So it means that it's scratch and crack resistant. The iPhone 17 Pro has a much better scratch and crack resistant compared to iPhone 16 Pro Max or the series of iPhone 16 itself. And one thing I really like about this is that they have anti-reflective coating. And you can see what's on your phone despite the really bright sun glare outside when you walk in. So it's not really hard anymore to check on your messages, notifications, and everything. Moving on to the platform. Right now, when you buy the new iPhone 17 Pro, it will operate automatically on an iOS 26. The chipset difference from these two, the iPhone 16 Pro Max operates on Apple A18 Pro chipset, while the newer iPhone 17 Pro operates on Apple i19 Pro. This is something I have to confirm. They almost have similar hexa-core CPU, but they say that the CPU of the iPhone 17 series has a much more better performance than the previous iPhone 16 series. They both operate on a 6-core Apple GPU. The iPhone 16 Pro Max operate on an 8GB of RAM with storage options ranging from 256GB, 512, and 1TB, compared to the iPhone 17 series of 12GB of RAM with storage capacity ranging from 256, 512, 1TB, and 2TB. Yes, for you out there who uses heaps of storage for their iPhones when they're taking videos, especially 4K videos, that's for you, the 2TB series. Okay, now let's discuss the camera, and this is what most people are looking after every time there's a new iPhone release each year. So I tried to test the cameras outside for a while before I started recording this video, and there's a lot to say about new camera of the iPhone 17 series, and especially with what I had with iPhone 17 Pro and most probably with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. They still have the same 24mm focal length with 48 megapixels resolution, but there's a difference in the focal length of the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max compared to their predecessor, the 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max. First, in the resolution of their telephoto camera. Before, in the iPhone 16 series, they have a 120mm focal length for the telephoto, but it only gives you a 12 megapixel resolution compared to the 48 megapixels of their telephoto, although it's only 100mm focal length for the iPhone 17 Pro. Now let's talk about the video features of the rear camera of the iPhone 17 series. There's not much difference compared to their predecessor, the iPhone 16 series. However, there's this upgrade that some of you want to hear before they have a Dolby Vision HDR up to 60 frames per second feature from the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. But now they have upgraded it to 120 frames per second, so you can do a little bit of slow-mo on your post-production and it would look smooth on your output. Now let's talk about the selfie camera. So I tested the selfie camera of the iPhone 17 Pro earlier before I filmed this review. Okay, so audio check of this phone, of this iPhone 17 Pro. I have yet to check what is sound during post-production or video editing, but I suppose it's just a bit better than what I had in iPhone 16 Pro. Well, let's see. But I can see a much more detail in the background of this selfie mode in iPhone 17 Pro compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Impressive. It's actually pretty impressive. I don't know yet about the sound, but I hope it does sound a lot better too. Okay, so this is iPhone 16 Pro Max, and there's a bit difference in how wide the selfie video covers. This is much more tighter than the iPhone 17 Pro, and detail-wise, I think the iPhone 17 Pro is much better using the same settings. Yeah.
So here I'm testing the selfie camera of the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and look how tight it is. Now this is the iPhone 17 Pro front camera, and look how wide it is, and bonus is you can turn it from portrait mode to landscape mode. Look at that. It's amazing, right?
And also for the front camera, they have added the ProRes RAW and Apple Log 2 for video recording, and I think that's an upgrade as well. Usually you can find that on the rear camera on an iPhone 16 and the previous models that they have. So that is one positive thing that I can say for the selfie camera of the new iPhone 17 series, which I'm really happy about. About the speakers, the sound of the phone, I can't say anything. They are functioning the same way. They have stereo speakers, but they don't have a 3.5mm jack. Again, they still operate on a Type-C port if you have a wired headphones or headset. But then again, they have the Apple AirPods to offer for you to use instead of having wires plugged to your phone. So after all those things that I talk about, let's dig into the battery capacity. The milliamperes capacity of the iPhone 16 Pro Max is 4,685. That's heaps better from their previous models of iPhone, and I can say that my iPhone can last from a day or a day and a half without charging before. That's my iPhone 16 Pro Max. But then when I'm upgraded to my iPhone 17 Pro, it's somehow downgraded because it's a Pro version. It downgraded from 4,600 milliamperes to 4,200 milliamperes of battery capacity. But then again, I have observed how the battery consumption went since the day I got this iPhone 17 Pro. I'm not disappointed because it still lasts the way I wanted it to be. At least a day of usage. I can't say that it drains easily. Especially I don't stream too much videos when I'm not at home. When I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, that's the time I'll only watch videos on my phone, TikTok, Facebook Reels, IG Reels. Then again, even if I use that feature on my phone, it doesn't drain so fast. By the time I started the day from 100% battery, but at the end of the day, I still have like 38%, 35% of battery life left on my iPhone 17 Pro, and that's a good thing. Unlike the previous versions of the iPhone before, especially the iPhone 8 series and below, it's really a pain in the ass heading to charge your phone in the middle of the day looking for the power point where you can plug it in. But the thing that they increase the capacity of their battery is something really huge for Apple users like me, because I really like to use my phone, just put it in my pocket, and whenever time I pull it up, it still has battery in it, not worrying about charging any time of the day. So last year when they released the iPhone 16 Pro series, they have the black titanium, the white titanium, natural titanium, and the desert titanium. Those are the colors of the iPhone 16 last year, but this year they have simplified it to 3 colors. That is the silver color, this one, the cosmic orange. This is the one I like. I just really like how orangey the color is, but it's not too bright. It's just like a classy orange version of color. And then they also have the deep blue color. I was actually thinking of getting the blue or the orange one, but I really like the orange colorway. And just look at how the camera displays here. It's not something new. I mean, I feel like they're running out of great ideas to design their new iPhones. It's just pretty much the same thing every year. But what's more important to me is what's inside the phone, especially the chipset, the CPU, the GPU, and the camera resolution. That is something that I'm really looking forward every time they release a new phone. I am a professional photographer. Yep, and I want to have something in my pocket that can take beautiful photos as my professional camera. And each year, they're inching closer and closer to what those professional cameras have. Sometimes it's not the camera that helps you get better picture. It's actually the one who takes the picture. Regardless of how good the camera of your device is, if you don't know the basics of photography and videography, it's not just worth it. As a photographer and a videographer, this is something very handy for me. If I can't pull up my camera from my bag, I can just pull up my phone from my pocket and take videos and photos anytime I want and still be satisfied of the output it gives me. Yep, that is actually something that I'm looking for at every iPhone release or every Samsung release each year. I can say that I'm not disappointed with how they turned out to be. So apart from that, I ran an Antutu benchmark test for both of these phones. Since the iPhone 17 Pro is the newer version, the newer iPhone version, it gave me the result of 2.1 million in overall score, while the iPhone 16 Pro Max scored 1.85 million in score. And conclusion-wise, the iPhone 17 Pro performs better than the iPhone 16 Pro Max that I had, except for the battery life, which is just a tad bit of edge over the iPhone 17 Pro. But either way, the battery life works for me, and I can't really complain about it. I'm happy about it, actually. Is it really worth it for you to upgrade to iPhone 17 Pro or the iPhone 17 series, especially coming from a way older model of iPhone? Yes, the days where people are saying that the iPhone's battery get drained so easily, those are gone. They are not up to par with those Android models. And yes, it's really worth it to buy a new iPhone 17. What are the key things or key factors that convince me to upgrade? It's the camera, it's the battery life, and it's the size. The icing on top of the cake for me is the anti-reflective coating of their display, because sometimes it's really hard for me to see on my phone what's in it every time I walk out in the bright daylight. So that's something really helpful, and I wish that they could have added that kind of feature years ago. Of course, the camera quality, the photo and video quality is really amazing. And of course, what convinced me more is the quality of the photos that it produces. I'm not telling you to upgrade right away, but if you're choosing between the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max against the iPhone 17 Pro and the Pro Max series, the difference is a bit from both of the series. And if you want the most out of these iPhones, you choose the iPhone 17 series. You're future-proof for the next 3 years. I think that's it for my review today. I encourage you to like and subscribe to my channel, DDU Reviews, and follow my reviews, especially about gadgets, basketball shoes, and everything else. And also, please comment on what you think about the new iPhone 17 series, and I'd be glad to answer if you have any questions or acknowledge any mistakes from the review that I made. So again, thank you for watching this video. See you next time for my next review. Bye!